Okay, so about the final design here. This is the circuit with the Arduino Nano on top. Everything's been soldered to a proto board. We've got the ESP8266 Wi-Fi module here. So this provides our Arduino with Wi-Fi capability. What I'm currently doing now is I have a barrel jack connector of 12 volts coming in there. And then I have you can see here, I've got a 5-volt regulator here. And then I have a 3.3 volt regulator on the other side. So this power rail on this side has 5 volts supplied to it. And then the one on the other side over here has 3.3 volts supplied to it. The RFID module, which is this guy here, this is the MFRC522, that's this thing here. So this guy uses 3.3 volts. And I also have some logic level shifters for him. Just they're down under here in the bottom. So that will convert the Arduino's 5-volt signals to 3.3 volts. It's more of a precaution. Some people use 5 volts, but I've heard that it can blow the RFID module. The other thing that I have that's 3.3 is the medical grade temperature sensor. So this is the MLX 90614 temperature sensor. It's the DCI version, so it has a 5-degree field of view. It's medical grade and gradient compensated. So this sensor also operates off 3.3 volts, so it's connected to that other rail over there. I forgot to mention, I also have a switch here. So this switch controls the power to the entire board. Right now the Arduino is plugged in via USB. However, I can also power the Arduino with this guy as well. Like if I flick this switch on, I will power up the entire circuit. So Arduino, everything, all the components. Then I've got a couple lasers here. So these two lasers, they'll come on after you scan your RFID card, and you're going to get a temperature reading. Just to help you aim. So we're reading temperature from the wrist. So this will just help with the aim for that. And basically the idea was, now I've got the box here. The 3D print didn't turn out too great. I would need to reprint this and rethink some things here. But the idea is that the lasers would go here and they're angled so that at 20 centimeters away they would meet. So if your wrist is closer, the dots will be further apart and further apart and further apart. They'll come together at 20 centimeters. From our research, 20 centimeters within 20 centimeters is quite accurate with this sensor. And then I'll also have an LED here. This is like a bicolor LED. So this LED can turn red or green. So if you have a successful scan, it'll light up green. If you have an unsuccessful scan, it'll light up red. I've also got a buzzer here, which will make a tone depending on whether you were successful, had a successful scan or not. So it's like a 3,000 kilohertz or 2,000 kilohertz tone when it's been successful. So kind of a high-pitched beep. And then when it's been unsuccessful, it is a 200 kilohertz tone, so kind of a low buzz. That's pretty much it here. We also have the ultrasonic sensor. So this guy will read the distance to ensure that the person is within 20 centimeters, and then it will display that on the LCD screen here. And we're getting a bit of that frame rate stutter, but it says please scan RFID tag. Basically what happens is you come up here, you scan it, and it says place your wrist within 20 centimeters of the sensor. So when I place my wrist here close, it reads the temperature. It just displayed 30 there. You probably weren't able to see it, but now it says sending to server, and it sends to the server, and we can refresh and it'll show up in here. Now, also, I'm not sure if it was visible, but these guys light up when there is a scan on the RFID. So now if I delete these entries, okay, in the server database, so if I delete these both, and I go to do another scan, so I'll take this card, scan it. So place your wrist within 20 centimeters. So I do that. It says, "Hi, Randy." That's my stepdad. Shows the temperature. It's sending to server. And now it's been successful. So if I refresh the page here, it shows up. And this is just a Raspberry Pi with a touchscreen that's running the server. And what's really handy about that is, in the case where we may want to make this system very mobile, like if we wanted to, set it up at a stadium or anywhere like that, basically we could. And I'll just demonstrate again. I'll demonstrate another card here. And I just want to show the lasers, because I didn't get that last time. So now you can see the lasers are on. Place your wrist there. Gets close enough. Now the lasers are off, and then it sends to server. We can wait. It says sending to server here, sending to server. Okay, it's sent. Now we click, boom, there's the other one. And then if we have an unvaccinated person, basically this is what happens. So we get a low beep. The LCD says unauthorized access, and we get a red LED. And that's about it for the final design.